Hello my friends and welcome back. This is kind of like a random start to a video. Very strange, misplaced, I don't know. I just feel like this is a weird way to start a vlog. But I wanted to open it up by talking to you guys about where I was earlier today and for a part of my night. So this was like a mini story time, like, but nothing too crazy. My hair is what's crazy. I curled it in attempts for it to be like looser waves that I could, like, you know, just kind of pull out a little because my hair is naturally extremely straight, so I figured it would like not fall as much, but it's really rough, like really rough hair day. So I should have just stuck with my normal hair, but as you can tell, we're flopping. But anyway, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what I did tonight. So I just came back from Boston and I went to see one of my top favorite artists perform, which was so crazy and cool. And I feel like I've talked about this a little bit before. I'm not like super into the concert scene, like that's just not my vibe. Like I'm really more into like not as crazy performances. Like it doesn't have to be like a group of like 5 people listening, but I mean like nothing like the huge stadiums. Tonight I went to a radio station and I saw FLETCHER live, which was so cool, and I thought I would kind of talk to you guys about it. Now if you don't know her, she sings Undrunk, Wasted Youth is pretty popular. Those are like some of her like bigger ones, so you may know her from those. If not, definitely check her out, you'll really like her. I think my favorite song ever by her is Wasted Youth, but it's like called the stripped version. It's more of like a chill, relaxed version of Wasted Youth, and I love it, so I think you guys would too, honestly. But anywho, so what happened? How did I get into this little situation for tonight? Let's discuss it. Yesterday, it was like super impromptu. My friend Catherine texted me and basically said, I have these like 2 tickets. Do you want to go see her? And I was like, yes, I do. So I left school today. I picked her up. She drove us into the city and we got there around like 4 o'clock, and we didn't get to see FLETCHER until about 5:30, maybe a little bit before 5:30, so around like 5 to 5:30 is when like we all filed in and listened to her songs, and it was really cool. She did an interview, and then she sang 2 songs that she's never released, and then an additional song that is already out, which is called Undrunk. Yeah, it was just an amazing time and performance, and it was great to hang out with my friend. I haven't seen her in so long, so everything about it was just like kind of amazing, and I really enjoyed myself. And she is literally so talented, it's crazy. I love her range. I feel like it's similar to mine in the sense that she normally sings pretty low and then like will belt out, which I love, but I love singing along to her songs because there's a lot of singers, like I love Ariana Grande and like people with like that have higher voices, but for me, I just can't sing that high. So I normally listen to songs that I can sing because I like to sing. So if I can't really sing a person's song, it's like harder for me to get into just because I'm not the type to just like sit quietly and listen to music, you know? The 2 new ones that aren't released, obviously like we couldn't record those or anything, but I do want to just say that they are absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see those come into fruition, whether it's with music videos or just in general. Like I'm so excited to hear them when they come out with the new album and stuff. I'm just very excited. Or EP, I don't know what she's calling it, but I'm excited nonetheless. So if you missed the pictures and a little bit of a video I posted from my experience at the radio station hearing her, it's all on my Instagram if you want to check it out. It's just BrookeLovesBeautyX3. I still want to change the name of my Instagram and my YouTube and all that, but we're figuring that out as we go because I don't know what I'm going to change it to. It's a hard debate to work through. But yeah, I literally got back like a couple hours ago, maybe like 2 hours ago, and ate some really ratchet dinner because my dining hall was already closed when I got back and I was starving, so had a little bit of a ratchet dinner and then just kind of hung out, decompressed a little just because it was just like a really hectic time. Like those what was it, like 3 hours? And I left my school around 2, and all of this happened like in between those times. So it was just like a lot at once and like very unexpected, but so fun and so worth it. And I definitely want to like go to things like that again. I think it would be really fun and cool. She was amazing and so sweet, and just she seems very genuine and like excited and happy to be there and thankful and grateful and all that. Like she ended up taking a picture of us, like the audience, because this was her first time like doing something like this, so she wanted to document it, which I thought was really cute and fun. So yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was a really great time. I'm gonna get ready for bed because I'm exhausted. I've had a day, and like it wasn't even that crazy up until the afternoon into evening, so because of that I'm just kind of like dead. Also, this is like a fun little corner of my dorm that I don't think I've really shown you guys before, and when I do my room tour, my dorm tour technically, I will show you guys this, so stay tuned for that because I'm really excited to show you guys where I've been living the past couple months. Well, I've lived here ever since August, but I've made this like my own space because my roommate left to go abroad, so ever since like January this has been my little space, so I really want to share it with you guys. I'm hoping to do that by at least April before like I really start to pack and move out. But I'm in no rush. I think it'll just happen when it happens. But yes, that was everything. Oh, and also Fletcher said she liked my shirt. So just saying. I will talk to you guys super soon with whatever the next clip is, because I don't know. It's probably going to be me reacting to your assumptions about me. So I'm going to go get ready for bed and let's get into the juicy assumptions. Alright, welcome back to like part 2 of this random storytime video vlog. By the way, I feel like how I was explaining myself last night was very like weird, so bear with me if you watch that clip and you're just like, what? Because I feel like I was thinking back on it, I was like, did I even make any sense at all talking about my experience yesterday? I don't think so. Currently, I am going on my YouTube channel on my phone, and we are going to discuss these assumptions that you guys had about me, which I think were very interesting. I did read a couple of them, but I read them like a week or so ago, so I don't really remember them, which is kind of how I prefer it to be. Someone said, you can't get a job, so you started YouTube as a way to make money. That is super false, and by the way, if I'm saying like it's not true, I'm not mad at you for saying this. Like genuinely, if I didn't like any of these so much, I wouldn't talk about them, so we're good. But yeah, no, not true at all. I did start YouTube before I ever had a real job, but I was also 15 or 14 at the time when I started, and yeah, I just didn't have a job yet. I didn't have a car until I was a little bit older than I feel like most people, and I don't think I started making money on YouTube until I was, I think, 16. So I was doing YouTube for about 2 full years before I ever got a paycheck. And I don't even make that much money from YouTube. In fact, it's like barely anything. Legally, I can't say how much I make, otherwise I would literally just tell you, because I used to be like, oh, I don't want to talk about how much I make because it's kind of like weird, but it's not like my normal part-time job I have. I feel like that would be a little bit weird, but just because it's like YouTube and a hobby, I don't really care to talk about it. Like it doesn't faze me, but yeah, I don't make like anything from YouTube. The next one has 1 thumbs up, and it says, you probably only wear makeup to hide your insecurities. P.S. This is for the vid, and I would never say this in real life. Totally good. Definitely not. As you can see right now, not wearing any makeup. Love that. But in the previous clip, I was wearing a full face. So clearly, I do both. I would say I wear makeup probably once or twice a week at most. Yeah, I basically don't really wear makeup ever anymore, and it's not because I don't like makeup or I'm against it for some reason. It's just genuinely because the time it takes, I don't prioritize it as much as I used to. I'm just happy being me, and makeup is fun, but to me makeup is like a different shirt or a different outfit. Like it's not necessarily a part of me, like identitively, is that even a word? It's not a part of my identity, it's just something I put on and then take off, you know? So it's nothing. Am I in focus? Be like Ariana Grande and focus on me. Thanks. But yeah, it's not something that I use as like a crutch or anything, and I think if any of you are in that mindset about makeup, I'm not going to say like, that's so messed up or you shouldn't think that way or whatever. I would just encourage you to try to step away from that, or to try to reflect on that in general, because makeup, I've known people who literally will not like leave their dorm at college unless if they have concealer and their mascara on, and I'm just like, that's no way to live. I clearly started my channel on like the foundation of makeup, foundation, punny, but yeah, it doesn't really mean that much to me, and I was scared for a while to come on my channel without makeup, but never in real life. I've never had that fear or insecurity. The channel thing was just strictly because I was like, if I'm talking about makeup products, which I was for, I feel like 3 or 4 years consistently, now it's kind of scattered, but I felt like I couldn't really come on here and talk about makeup if I wasn't wearing any, because I felt like that was kind of weird and hypocritical in a weird way. But yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much, so that's like really long-winded, but I had a lot to say, so you sparked a good conversation. Next assumption is you started wearing makeup at a young age, and this is, I wouldn't say super true, even though I did kind of start this whole channel as a beauty channel. I was allowed to start wearing makeup at 13. My mom would not let me wear makeup any time before. I wanted to obviously beforehand, and I would do little makeovers on myself, but I would have to wash it off before I ever left the house. The next one is you only wear makeup to make you look prettier than you look, because without it you think you look ugly. No. The next one is you have a name for your lava lamp, and if you are an OG, you would know that I used to film all my videos with a lava lamp behind me, but there is no name for it. Although it kind of like gives me Scooby-Doo vibes because of like how their van is. So maybe Mystery Machine if I had to give it a name. The next one is you don't have a $100,000 house. I don't have a house at all. My parents have a house. But I don't, that's not my business to say what their house is. But you're correct in the fact that I do not have a $100,000 plus house, because I live in a dorm. And the last one is you're an extrovert, which is pretty far from the truth. I feel like I am an introvert, honestly. I say this to a lot of people whenever I talk about this kind of thing. I recharge alone. I think extroverts are said to recharge by being with other people and kind of being out and doing things with them. For me, I recharge by being in my room alone watching YouTube or playing a game on my phone or doing something, like even if it's just homework, but like by myself kind of in silence. That's how I recharge. So yeah, I'm a very introverted person. I used to be like extremely shy when I was a kid. Now I've broken out of most of the shyness. I'll still get nervous or like whatever when I meet new people, but it's not like to the point where I can't meet people. But yeah, I do like to be alone. I prefer to be alone. Problematic, I don't know. But for the most part, I like to just kind of live my life. I like to be alone, and it's not like I need people for like every second of the day like some people do, just because of their nature and they get energy off of people. For me, like being with people kind of takes out my energy, so I like to get alone for a little bit, just like chill, and then go back and hang out with people, and then I'm like back to normal. But that's kind of how it is for me. Woo! And then also I just wanted to answer some questions. I was going to film a Q&A a couple months back, and I figured I would just throw them into this vlog. Like I said, now we're doing a little bit of a Q&A portion of this video. The first one is from Natalie's channel, and it says, how would you imagine your dream wedding? What would you do if you had $1 million? Dream wedding? I don't know. See, I've like gone back and forth with this throughout my entire life. In the beginning, I wanted like a super big wedding. Now I'm kind of like not crazy big. I don't want it to be like something super expensive, but I still want it to be like a little extra. So a little bit in between. And if I had $1 million, I would honestly save a lot of it. I'm very into saving. But I would still treat myself and some people around me but make sure that I have invested quite a bit of it. Often in your life have you kept a diary or a journal? Not often. I did when I was younger. If you've ever seen those videos, they're very cringy and hysterical because I would go through and read my old diaries. I think I had like 3 or 4, but not all of them are finished. Most of them actually aren't, so yeah, not really that often. The next one is from Anna KM 17, and it says, how do you deal with being text dumped? I've kind of been there before. I got FaceTime dumped back in high school, which was tragic nonetheless. I would say text dump, that's the worst. It always like depends on how long you've been together and that whole thing and like what stage you are in your life. I feel like if you aren't physically around that person anymore, if like it's long distance or something, yeah, that completely stinks, but they weren't probably going to drive however many hours or fly to you to break up with you, most likely. So I would just say use this like negative time or sad time or whatever you want to say time to improve yourself. Make it a motivation for yourself, whether it's, I don't know, if you're in high school, use this to fuel yourself to get a job or to do something different with friends or do something that scares you. Like, use it as a way to take that energy and time that you're using and that person that doesn't even deserve you for something super productive and meaningful for yourself. And I think that's the best reward for yourself and the best revenge for them. I'm not saying to be petty, but like sometimes when things happen in life, you want to be a little petty. Next one from KRMS. They also asked a question before too. Forgot to say that. But has working at a thrift store changed how you get rid of old stuff? Actually, in a weird way, yes, but not for the reason you would expect. It's made it harder for me to get rid of stuff. I don't really know necessarily why. I haven't really thought about it, but it has made it harder. For I guess one fact, I don't really want to like see the things I donate at my thrift store, so when I do donate things, and I am planning on doing a major declutter soon, probably within the next like 2 weeks. I'm gonna film it at least. I don't know when you guys will see it. It's just something like I don't want to be like putting away clothes from the fitting rooms and look over and see like the shirt I wore in 9th grade just sitting on the rack. Like that just like is weird to me. I don't want to know who buys my things unless if it's like a you literally go somewhere and donate it to a charity. That's different. But yeah, for some reason I don't want to know that. I like the you get rid of it, never think about it again kind of mentality. So it's been kind of weird for that. And also it's just been hard too because I have been pretty much like anything new that I bring into my life I buy myself. So it's hard for me to get rid of things after I put the money down on it. And even if it's like a couple dollars from the thrift store or a little bit of a nicer item, I never spend more than like 50 bucks pretty much on anything that I wear. And 50 bucks is like maybe like 1 or 2 items that I have purchased. Hard for me to like accept that either something I have doesn't work anymore or it doesn't suit me, it's not my style, especially because I'm like, well, I spent however much on this, no matter the price. I value money so much that even getting rid of something that's $5, like it hurts me a little bit because I'm like, you should have known that wouldn't work for you. But yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of a spiel, but that's honestly how I feel about donating and how I like get rid of things and decluttering. I want to be so much better at it, but it's a struggle for me. I'm not perfect, you know. Here's Tilly says, how do you gain confidence without wearing makeup? This honestly relates to what I already talked about a little bit earlier, so I guess kind of what I said earlier. I don't view makeup as a crutch. I don't view makeup as anything more, like I said, than just a different outfit of the day kind of thing. And I would say if you're having a difficult time with it, just try to wear no makeup to a place where no one you know is going to be at, whether it's at a grocery store or a drugstore or you're going to the mall to buy one quick thing. Just try it in little ways, and then, you know, if you're running late to school and you don't have time to put on makeup, just don't make yourself even more late. Like, do little things like that where it's like you genuinely don't have the time, and then once you start doing that, I feel like it would make it easier for it to be a conscious decision. Like, oh, today I'm not going to wear makeup, and you're going to feel empowered And then from there, I feel like it's going to become more of a subconscious thing. You won't even think about it anymore. So that's what I would say to that. And also, thank you for supporting me because you have been here for years at this point. So I think there was a typo on this one from Bethany Rose. I'm not 100% sure. So I think she was asking, if you had to redesign your room, what colors would you do and what is your favorite holiday? Holiday is Christmas Eve. I'm going to throw that out there. And if I were to redesign my room, currently we're in my dorm. So my dorm, I like it, but I almost feel like it's a little bit too like young kids or like little girl section at Home Goods is very much my room. But I also kind of love it because dorms are so drab that this really like brightens up the space. I'm still in love with my dorm, but I feel like it is definitely more me at 18 than it is me at 20. But I do love the pops of like millennial pink. My room at home, I would probably do like a really soft baby pink for the walls, like almost white kind of pink, and then go with like a lot of neutrals and pops of like this kind of like a peachy light dusty rose pink compared to kind of like this vibe, honestly. It's kind of a little washed out on camera, but kind of like that. So you guys, that was it for my assumptions, my Q&A, all of that stuff. I think I'm gonna close this video out here just because it has been a long one. Stay tuned because in the next couple videos we have some decent ones coming at you. Especially I'm going to be doing a thrift haul with so many collective items. It is actually crazy. I also thrifted this like Nike crew neck, so that's when you know, and it was like $2, so I love that. So yeah, so thrift haul is coming up eventually to declutter, but give me time to just be able to start that because that's stressful to me, but I will get there eventually. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you to pieces, and please be sure to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and all that jazz, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! Let me love you till you feel alright.